Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. One more thing I wanted to add before we get started here is that I will pick up on the energies of the cards based on the surrounding cards. And the meanings will come through differently every time based on the other cards that are there in the reading. And I get asked this a lot, like how come the meaning of the card is changing? Because the surrounding cards are changing, and I will periodically explain to you why I say what I say, because of the energies of the cards that are there in the reading at that point in time. And I also give you references to the energies that I picked up on the prior cards, and that will affect the meaning of the cards that come after that. So I just wanted to put it out there so that you're mindful of which cards are paired up in the reading. Now, let's get to it. So the first card you have, Gemini, is card 31, and it says luck. Further, it says lime, citrus. And the element it connects to is the earth element. And there's a lot of other symbols. There's leaves. There's a sign of Virgo. There's a sign, there's beaded necklaces, a lot of stars, and a beautiful picture out here. So the number 3, one coming through strong with this. I'm almost smelling this lime, lemonade, lemon zest, lemon pies, lime pies, actually. Some of you could be making that as well. But lime is known as the lucky charm. It's used in a lot of cleansing rituals. It cuts away bad energy, any kind of negativity in and around you or your house or anywhere you are, and it helps to attract good stuff, the good energies. So I do feel that, because of its scent, the sharp scent that it has, it wards off evil energy. So some of you could be tuning into this energy as well, bringing in lime, speaking in some lemonade, or using its zest, like I said. I'm also getting a 4-leaf clover, even though it's the lime leaves that I'm still picking up on the energy of a 4-leaf clover. It's those small lucky things that happen unexpectedly. This lime is also known to have a found treasure energy, which means that things that get lost or you've lost, unable to find, you kind of find them back, whether it's your mojo or whether it's a physical object around you. So something you could have lost long time back and it comes back to you. Something that will make you really happy. I feel that. Oh, further down here it says, get ready for a pleasant surprise. Luck is on your side. Be open to new experiences and saying yes to unexpected invitations. A little bit of magic is in the air. So, of course, serendipity and synchronicities is at the forefront of this. You might be seeing some, having some experiences that remind you that your angels are working for you. The angels are around you, happy coincidences and things like that. But it's a time of feeling positive, optimistic. Some of you might be using a lot of lime in your food, but or this could also be an energy of trying something new. There's a lot of nursery rhymes that I recall that are rhyming with lime. I remember one was sweet lime rhyme, and under the lime tree, or what was that? Put the lime in the coconut. Children's songs that brought out that positive and optimistic energy. So some of you could be listening to that. Maybe your kids are listening and you're listening too with them. But I'm also picking up that, this is like new beginnings, new starts in some way. This is that stardust, that good luck, the fairies, magic dust, magical things happening for you. Maybe something that became stale is now being revived. Some situation that got stale in your life is now being refreshed and revived. I'm also picking up on aha moments for you, Gemini. Suddenly you'll have those aha moments, sudden solutions to problems and things like that. There's a saying like sometimes the best things in life are unplanned, and that's the energy I'm picking up from this. For you, Gemini, you're the mutable air sign, and you're like fast thinking, very curious, good with the, learning things, adapting to new things. But this lime energy, it has this earth element. It's attached to this earth element. I feel that you need to not scatter your energy at this point in time. I'm also picking up that, it's like, for example, when we have a lot of things to do, like we have a lot of opportunities, sometimes you will, something, one or two opportunity or an invite or tour might just pop up into your day. And you're like, okay, let me do this. Let me go here. Let me go there, here, everywhere. But this energy of the lime is actually asking you to focus your luck, focus it, which means that wherever you are, enjoy that moment, be grounded in that moment. If it's unexpected, if something surprising, happy coincidences, encounters, and things like that, enjoy that moment. Don't run away from there like after 2 seconds. Don't be in a rush to leave that spot or leave that situation. Now, if this is in regards to your projects, don't jump from one to the next. Don't distract yourself. Don't, with luck, so many opportunities are coming to you. Don't allow those opportunities to become your distractions, is what I'm trying to say. It's like, for example, somebody, suddenly, spontaneously, or last minute invite to get to a party, a late night party, pajama party, or something like that. Whereas you had planned to complete a certain task at your home. Now, the slime energy is asking you to definitely go to the party, enjoy being there, because, meeting new people, chance encounters, that could happen for you. But don't spend the whole night over there and then come home panicking that you could not finish your task. So enjoy 2 hours at the party, come back home, take a breath, sip some coffee, sip some lemonade, eat some lime pie, and then get back to your chore or the project. That's the kind of energy this lime is asking you to embrace. Now, some of you might end up winning some prizes, some lottery, some small money, some small ticket items, or just getting some items at, thrift stores. You might luck out. You're like, oh, wow, I went to this thrift store and I found something really beautiful. It could be that as well, or some kind of a discounted sale or something like that. You get an item which was probably too expensive. You get it at a very small price. So that's what I'm picking up for some of you. This could also be that you find a new podcast or a new channel or a new show, and it's just by accident you stumble on it, and then you feel like, wow, where was this? This show is made for me, or this place is made for me, or this podcast is made for me, something like that. Or it could be some new hobby that you discover, like on the fly, and you're like, wow, I didn't know I had the talent to pursue this. Something like that. Or you could be planning some happy surprises for people, just like Amelie did, Audrey Chateau, and how she creates these beautiful coincidences for other people and making it look like very magical. So some of you might be doing that for others, or others might be doing it for you. Next card you have, Gemini, is the Hygeia card. Now, Hygeia, if you see there is a staff here right above the term where it's written Hygeia, there is a staff and there is one single snake which is called Onet. Now, most of us are familiar with 2 intertwined snakes on a staff, and it has wings on top. That is Hermes. That's the association of with the Greek a deity, which is Hermes, and that's the god of commerce. It's used in hospitals. It's used for, of course, it's used for health and fertility and renewal, vitality, and things like that. Because it has the snake over here, and snake has the most known ability to shed skins, and with the Kundalini also is represented by the snake. So there is life force, there is creativity with it. But this, on a staff, there is one single snake, and this is the rod of Asclepius, not Caduceus. This is the rod of Asclepius. And this is the actual god of healing, of medicine. I feel that there is something about, hygiene related to this, cleanliness, some kind of health, cleanliness, cleaning your environment. Maybe you're out there cleaning the environment, beaches and things like that. But this is also about medicine, curing your own self, your own holistic health. Also, this is cleansing more body, mind, and soul. It further says here, your well-being is your greatest wealth. Take proactive steps to care for your body, mind, and spirit. Small, consistent habits create lasting health. Listen to your body's wisdom. I feel, Gemini, this energy is encouraging you to have some kind of a healthy routine so that you don't fall ill. You might be on the verge of picking up something. But if you take to a healthier routine, you can, stop that in its tracks. I also feel that this is encouraging you to have some kind of a cleanup in your physical space or your digital space or your mental space. Don't do things that are adding on to your anxiety or stress. I feel that there is some kind of a cleanup which is needed. It could be a routine cleanup. Maybe it's your chore cleanup. Whatever you're doing, maybe it's too much, or your day. Something needs to be cleaned up out here. It's about some kind of hygiene, whether it's mental hygiene, something about nutrition, or you could be reading up about it. You could be practicing something around that. Maybe this is exercise that you need to do and things like that. But I feel that your body is telling you something and you need to listen to it. You're ignoring your body's signals. So take that rest that you need, eat the right things that your body needs, and also move around. I feel there's lack of movement with this energy. So, there is a saying that says an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And I feel that is coming through with this as well. So, Geminis, you being the air sign, you're constantly living in your mind. And I feel that right now you need to balance that out, your mind, body, and spirit. Right? It could be some mental hygiene. Maybe you need to have a routine that calms your nerves, your senses, your mind, grounds your energy so that, I'm getting a very overactive mind right now for you, Gemini. So, and I feel a lot of stress coming through. Maybe you're reading too much. Maybe you're scrolling too much. Maybe you're just scrolling through things that are making you anxious and stressed out, and you're having some kind of trouble processing all of that, or even sleeping at night. You might be having trouble sleeping at night. You're spending too much time on your phone or digital device. I strongly feel there is a digital detox which is needed. There is something called as a digital sunset, which means you turn all your digital devices, at 2 3 hours before you sleep off. Just listen to some calm music, just sip some herbal tea and things like that to quiet your mind. That will increase, that will improve your overall health, your holistic health. It's the principle, when during the pandemic era, there was everybody the propaganda of washing your hands 100 times, so that the germs get washed away before we eat. You could be teaching some kind of hygiene in some school to your kids or something like that. But it also applies to caring for our own selves. There is a term called primum non nocere. It means first do no harm, which means that we need to make choices in our lives that don't harm us as well. You could be into advocating that for others and other institutions and schools or counseling, but you need to apply that to your own self as well. Some of you could be participating in some wellness programs at your work. Maybe it's maybe you're part of a company that's giving you memberships, or, some kind of mental stress days is also a thing now. There's healthy snacking, which is also getting promoted a lot in corporates and companies. It's caring for the health of the people that work over there. So I do feel that at this point in time, you need to focus more on meditation. I'm also getting a lot of social media, and that you might be following a lot of accounts out there, Gemini, that is causing you a lot of stress and anxiety. So I feel you need to unfollow those, and you need to focus on your own meditation or new healthy diets and new healthy routines for your own self. And for some of you, I'm picking about some food intolerances. So some of you might be even seeing some therapist or nutritionist to resolve some kind of dietary issues. It could be due to food intolerances or some kind of food allergies. Or this could be allergies from the air or some kind of water. Maybe water you need to filter more better. You need to clean that up. Maybe the pipes or the general. Maybe you need to clean up the air, have some air filtration systems and things like that, humidifiers and air filtration systems is something that you might want to try. Then some of you might actually be cleaning up your home, decluttering it, your wardrobe, donating stuff, organizing and things like that. Next, Gemini, you have the energy of the Fool. This is a major arcana. So there is a tarot reader out here, but I feel that you could be interested in some kind of spiritual sciences, spiritual studies, practicing it in some way, shape, or form. There's so many modalities of spirituality these days. You could be, having some altar practices or taking to astrology, astronomy, and similar domains. Over here, further, it says, the world is full of possibilities. Trust your instincts and take that first step. You don't need to have everything figured out. The journey itself will teach you what you need to know. So, the Fool, right? The Fool energy is about new beginner, like a new baby. It's like taking that first step. Even babies do that. They take their first step and they're starting. They're not afraid of falling. And I feel that that's what this energy is encouraging you to do. Maybe you have a new idea. You want to start something, but you don't know much about it. So the universe is encouraging you to go for it, and everything else will align and, things will be unfolding for you. Things will be aligning for you as you go. You will be able to figure it out. So the Fool is like a hero to me, sets out on that adventure trip with so little in the backpack, It reminds me of Luke Skywalker, on Tatooine, for those of you who know about it. But because there is a curious mind, there is a willingness to learn, to try new things, and even though there is very little in that heroes, I would say, backpack, it's like there is not much available at that point in time when the Fool takes on a new journey. There is innocence, but there is trust, there is faith that the universe got his back. Might not be prepared fully, might not have every scenario covered, but then is ready to take that risk, calculated risk. Because some of you could be moving towns, you graduated and you pack your stuff in your car and you move to a new city because you want a new job. You want to work in a certain city, you go there. Even though you know nobody, you don't know what's going to happen, but you're hopeful, you're excited that something's going to work out. You want to build a life in a certain city and you go there without knowing how it's going to work out. So it could be that for some of you. This could be starting something, maybe a class, something, learning just for the fun of it, just for the experience of it. For some of you, this could be meeting random people here or there, and it turns out to be, more fun than you had expected. It could be that somebody shares with you, some piece of information that you least expected. Or some of you are just, exploring some parts of the city where you live that you've not seen before. And there's always such parts. No matter how many years you've lived in a place, there's always that part of the city or town or countryside, wherever you are, to explore that side of the neighborhood where you live. Something always is there to explore. So I do feel that you probably need to get started. Don't have that end goal. Don't have that destination. Don't have that perfect plan. Like this should be A, this should be that, A, B, and C. Just go for it. Now, some of you could be trying new cuisines or creating some new food or dish that you've never done before. And it turns out legendary and it becomes popular. Recently, I was seeing a video of a cat. Not a cat, I think it was a puppy. Yeah, a puppy or cat. Yeah, some packed, playing in the snow. It was their first time, playing in the snow, putting one paw in it, then the second paw rolling in snow and things like that. So I feel it's that kind of whole energy that played out with that pet. Something like that for you. Not that you're going to roll out in snow, but you know what I mean. Now, some of you could be, I'm also picking up home maintenance. Some of you could be learning up something about your new home. This could also be or you could be that company that got the project or the contract for vendors and maintenance of a certain community or a certain project. This could be architecture project, this could be home project, community project, or a commercial project, something to do with maintenance and plumbing and, into a new territory is what I'm picking up on. And last but not the least, Gemini, you have the card of love myself. It says, I choose to see myself as noble, beautiful, and positive. My wealth lies in my nature and potential. I know that I'm a being of light and I allow myself to shine. It further says, you are enough exactly as you are. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer your best friend. Your relationship with yourself is the most important one you will ever have. So exactly, this is about thinking positive thoughts about yourself, silencing your inner critique, just celebrating who you are, enjoying who you are, having fun with the qualities, the talents, feeling secure in who you are, being satisfied with who you are. This is also about, taking decisions with your own awareness, with your own judgment, with your own better judgment. This is making choices and decisions that are good for you, that you feel are good for you, not because, other people feel is good for you or because you want to make somebody happy, not because of that. I also feel this is about, again, having soft, healthy boundaries so that you're able to, feel at peace, feel at ease, and also invest your energy correctly. If further says here, when you love yourself, you build a strong home within your own heart. So, Gemini, I feel that you are either seeing a lot of things, observing too many people, analyzing too many things, or just, over talking or over communicating. Something is going overboard out here. And I feel that either you're thinking too much, overthinking about something, or criticizing yourself. Yeah, because I feel that even though this energy, or Gemini mutable here, sometimes you can feel a little restless. But that's part of that's part of who we are individually. We have our own goods, bads, the quirks, and everything. And knowing that everything coming together makes us the unique individual that we are is something that we need to be proud of in a good way. Now, for some of you, I feel that this could be for some of you that maybe you're an intern and you're making some kind of, errors, mistakes, and you're judging yourself harshly for those mistakes at work. You're saying the wrong things to you. Oh, how dumb I am, how smart, how, what would everybody think? Maybe they will think that I'm not smart enough. So this energy of love myself is asking you to be coming to yourself. Everybody makes mistakes. It's okay. Just go and fix it. It's okay. You learn something out of it. So don't think of yourself negatively or any less. You can just say affirmations like, I'm capable, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, and things like that. Another thing I would tell people is just go look in the mirror and say one good thing that you like about yourself and say it out loud. Sometimes it does feel silly to be appreciating yourself in front of the mirror, but it does wonders to ourselves. It's like seeing the good in ourselves. It tells us to see the good in ourselves. Now, some of you could be actually overworked at work, and nowadays they have this concept of mental health days, which means that you need your brain to take rest. You need that peace. You need to center yourself. So some of you could be taking that break from work as well to just feel better, to just relax and detox and de-stress. Now, some of you could also be, journaling a lot. I feel that you might be seeing your thoughts out aloud. You might be journaling things and processing things. I also feel that somehow I'm getting that a relation to social media. You might be following some accounts, people, situations, organizations that are causing anxiety in you. Somehow I feel that when you see that, watch that, you're comparing yourself, or you're getting anxious with that. Is the kind of energy I'm picking up on. For some of you, I'm also picking up clothes. Something related to clothes is coming through big time. With this whole spread of yours, I feel that you're cleaning up your wardrobe, maybe you're trying capsule wardrobes, or you're shifting to clothes that are making you feel more comfortable, making you feel more confident. It's like, yeah, my taste has changed and this is who I am now. So that could be for one or two of you. There are some celebrities also like Selena Gomez, who, if you guys know about her, yeah, she's been very vocal about mental health and things like that, about how we need to accept ourselves for who we are, with our quirks, with the good, the bad, everything. The message underlying her underlying message is that it's okay to not be okay at times. You don't have to feel like you have to put up a mask or a front or be unhappy at all times. Just be who you are in that moment. If you're not feeling so great, it's okay. Do things that will uplift you, but you don't have to put up a fake front to please people or just to show that happy face to people at all times. It's also something that I'm picking up on. And I'm also getting a lot of capsule energy. Like some of you might be popping some pills, but also I feel like capsule is like a small space. So some of you might be downsizing as well in some way. Maybe you're getting rid of the clutter, the objects, your wardrobe, your home, in whichever way. You're downsizing in some way. So, Gemini, these were general messages. These will apply differently in your lives. Let me know how these energies play out in yours or in the environment around you. And hope you enjoyed your messages. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.